I understand. Life has their ups and downs. Just like there's a upward spiral, there's also a downward spiral as well. And sometimes you could find yourself hitting rock bottom. And that's perfectly normal because the best part about hitting rock bottom is the only way is up. The only way is up. Alright? I probably hit rock bottom like twice in my life so far, knock on wood, right? God forbid. But I understand that other people also, if not hit rock bottom more than I have, at least experienced it once in their life. But the only way is up. I just wanted you to know that. And if you're clicking on this video, just know. Just know that the only way is up and you can improve. You can better yourself and you can better your situation. No situation is hopeless. And if you feel like any situation is hopeless, just know it's not. The best part about life, in my opinion, speaking objectively, is getting things done. And when you can get things done at an efficient level, like conquering little tasks and conquering little objectives that you have set for yourself, not only is this getting you closer to your goals, but this is rewiring your brain because you get dopamine from this. When you have a checklist of everything you need to do and you're checking these things off, you have a planner, you have a calendar, you at least know what is coming up in the future. You're not just letting life take you by. You're not just riding the wave of life. You're actually figuring out what you have to do and knowing what you have to do and planning ahead of time. Key, ahead of time. Possibly even the night before, but that's a whole nother topic. As long as you're just planning, period, and you know what exactly, where exactly you're doing with your time and where that time is going and how many hours you're spending on this, that, and the third, overall, you're just becoming more self-aware about yourself. I feel like that's the first step. That's the first step because you have to understand that there's a reason why you hit rock bottom. There was reasons why I hit rock bottom, right? This could be whether you're in a toxic relationship, whether you're just fooling around too much, whether you're just being arrogant, whether you're just being dumb, whether you're just wasting time, whether you're it could be a whole bunch of things. A whole bunch of things. But you got to figure out what is your reasoning. Everyone has their own reasoning. I have my own reasonings too, right? I have my own reasons too. But that doesn't mean you can't figure out your reasons. Because once you become more self-aware and you figure out what the problem is, what's going on, and then you're setting goals for yourself, you're setting a new ideal version of yourself, because you have to understand, which brings me to my next point, what is that ideal version of yourself? What is that ideal version of yourself? You know what I'm trying to say? Because you have to have characteristics that you can list. Do you want to be in shape? Do you want to look good? How much do you want to weigh? How much money do you want to make? Who do you want in your life? What type of people do you want in your life? Everything you have to, these questions you have to ask yourself on a deep level and literally plan your life out. What is life without goals? What is life without planning? That doesn't sound like a fun life to me. I don't know. Because when you have goals that are set for yourself, you have objectives that you're ticking off, milestones that you're achieving. You're getting accurate, you're getting fit, you're in the gym, you're looking strong. You smell damn good. Your hair doesn't look crazy, you know what I'm saying? Your teeth are straight. You know what I'm saying? You got a job. Life is pretty good, you know? But you just got to implement those things. Like, the next question, do you have a job? What are you doing with your time? Because get a job. You know? Like, if you feel like you're just drowning in your sorrows, why don't you go get your mind off of it, and the least you can do is make some more money. That's what I would do. That's what I did. Get a job. Well, I already had a job, so technically I didn't do that. I already had one, but still, nonetheless, at least whatever you could do to get your mind off of the situation, that's what you got to do. Because don't just drown in your sorrows, because people love talking about how miserable they are rather than talking about actual plans, solutions that could be put in place for you to get out of that situation. I never understood that. I never understood that. I never did. It's just kind of weird to me. But to each their own. But what I would do, right, after being self aware, after figuring out where I'm putting in my time, figuring out who's in my life, you got to do a complete life audit. Who's in your life? What are you doing with your time? How are you wasting your time? Do that life audit, and then you will see, oh my God, I've been doing this. I've been going out every weekend. I've been spending money on this. I've been focusing on this relationship that's so toxic. I've been, you know what I'm saying? Figure it out. And then you have your goals in place too. So after you figure out your time, you have your goals. Come on. You're going to actually be achieving your goals and not just like, oh, what are you going to do for that day or that week? I'm talking about lifelong goals, things to actually pursue. The type of things you want, the type of family you want, the type of house you want, the type of cars you want. This is all crazy, and this is all crazy to the point like how true it is, because when you have everything planned out, it's like, damn, that's like half the situation, because that's like half the problem itself, because your mind is just scrambling your thoughts together, you know, and all these distractions and all this dopamine and all these ads and just this and that and the third and distraction and reels and TikToks and this and that and shorts and short form, whatever, you know. It's just crazy. And like that's why I like making videos like this. It's long form. You can actually retain the information, you know. It's not just a 30-second reel and you're just going on, you know. You actually learn something for these, so that's why I like them. But like I was saying, man, I don't want to get too much off topic, but this goes into the thought that I get it. You could be feeling hurt. You could be going through pain right now because at rock bottom sucks, you know. But when you're doing what you have to do, you're figuring things out. You know, you start off, you get a job, you hit the gym. Let me talk about how important I feel like single-handedly the gym changed my life. Because, right, short story time, it has showed me that I can do anything. Because before I thought it was impossible to gain weight. I was like, I eat so much. What are you talking about, gain weight? Like, what? If you told me I would look like this now, 8 years ago, I'd be like, bullshit. Bullshit. You know? Because I'm like, I thought back then it was impossible. And that just shattered my limiting belief. So you're telling me if I can get my body right, I can't make money? I can't get subscribers? I can't be committed on YouTube? You know, obviously things happen, so but as long as you're still consistent, as long as you're still at it, you know? You gotta think about it like that. But everything is going to be fine, and don't think that life is over. Life is not hopeless. You can still do anything. And this little rut you're possibly in, you're going to get out of it. Because nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent. You could get out of anything, any situation you don't like, you can get out of it. Even if it seems impossible. Even if your mind is telling you it's impossible. Because once you believe your mind, and sometimes your mind will work against you. And if you believe your mind, especially when the thoughts aren't as fruitful, aren't as positive, then you lost. You lost. And you don't want to lose. Because this light shit is for real. Like, people don't get up sometimes when they hit rock bottom. When you hit rock bottom, you have to get up. Don't just sit there. Get up. Because you can just stay there and dwell and sit in your sorrows and just be miserable and bring everyone down like crabs in a barrel. Or you could just come up. You know, who cares? Life knocked you down. Get back up. Get back up and try again. because that's what I would do. That's what you should do. And that's what I done. And now looking back at it, not only did it give me the validation that I can get out of a rut, it showed me that nothing is permanent. I can change anything. Whatever I didn't like about anything, I didn't change. I verbalized it. You know, whatever I can't change, I can't change. I can't change other people. Some situation you can't change. It is what it is. Can't be mad about that. But don't feel like you hit rock bottom. Even if you did, come back up. You know what I'm saying? Don't just sit there, right? Shake it off. Shake off your shoulders. Shake off your knees. Dust your knees off. And climb right back up, man. It's your boy. I'm off this. Peace!